7 long weeks of lockdown, a necessary sacrifice.
It is now almost 2 months since the people of this country began to put up with restrictions on their freedom, your freedom, of a kind that we have never seen before in peace or war. It is a fact that by adopting those measures, we prevented this country from being engulfed by what could have been a catastrophe in which the reasonable worst-case scenario was 500,000 fatalities. I know, you know, that it would be madness now to throw away that achievement by allowing a second spike. We must stay alert. We must continue to control the virus and save lives.
This a moment of danger. Move too fast and risk disaster.
Although we have a plan, it is a conditional plan. And since our priority is to protect the public and save lives, we cannot move forward unless we satisfy the 5 tests. We must make sure that any measures we take do not force the reproduction rate of the disease, the R, back up over 1, so that we have the kind of exponential growth we were facing a few weeks ago. And to chart our progress and to avoid going back to square one, we're establishing a new COVID alert system run by a new joint biosecurity centre. And that COVID alert level will be determined primarily by R and the number of coronavirus cases, and in turn, that COVID alert level will tell us how tough we have to be in our social distancing measures. The lower the level, the fewer the measures, the higher the level, the tougher and stricter we will have to be.
The watchword is caution, the pace measured.
This is not the time simply to end the lockdown this week. Instead, we're taking the first careful steps to modify our measures. We now need to stress that anyone who can't work from home, for instance, those in construction or manufacturing, should be actively encouraged to go to work. So, work from home if you can, but you should go to work if you can't work from home. And from this Wednesday, we want to encourage people to take more and even unlimited amounts of outdoor exercise. You can sit in the sun in your local park, you can drive to other destinations, you can even play sports, only with members of your own household. You must obey the rules on social distancing, and to enforce those rules, we will increase the fines for the small minority who break them. And so, every day, with ever-increasing data, we will be monitoring the R and the number of new infections and the progress we are making. And if we as a nation begin to fulfill the conditions I have set out, then in the next few weeks and months, we may be able to go further.
Nurseries could reopen and some primary-age children return to school. The UK might even have a holiday season.
At the earliest by July, and subject to all these conditions and further scientific advice, if and only if the numbers support it, we will hope to reopen at least some of the hospitality industry and other public places, provided they're safe and enforce social distancing. We will come back from this devilish illness. We will come back to health and robust health. And though the UK will be changed by this experience, I believe we can be stronger and better than ever before, more resilient, more innovative, more economically dynamic, but also more generous and more sharing. But for now, we must stay alert, control the virus, and save lives. Thank you very much.
The PM announcing changes, but so much we still don't know.
Well, the Prime Minister appears to be effectively telling millions of people to go back to work tomorrow, but we haven't got the guidelines and we don't know how it's going to work with public transport. So there's a huge number of questions arising out of this. Now, there will be more detail tomorrow. The Prime Minister's making a statement and we will ask questions about that. But as I say, what the country wanted was clarity and consensus, and we haven't got either of those.
We've been in lockdown for a long time, and for some in Parliament and for some members of the public too, patience is beginning to fray. But if the last few weeks have been very black and white, stay at home and save lives, the coming few weeks are going to be rather grey. There's no easy or obvious route out of lockdown, and many of the questions people are asking don't have any easy answers. We all went into lockdown together, but the Prime Minister knows there's not one simple route out. We all face different choices and different risks. Beth Rigby, Sky News, Westminster.